Welcome back YouTube to another tutorial for challenge of React section of free code camp called create a complex JSX element. Alright, so what is this challenge about? So it says that the last challenge was a simple example of JSX, but JSX can represent more complex HTML as well. One important thing to know about nested JSX is that it must return a single element. Alright, this one parent element would wrap all of the other levels of nested elements. For instance, several JSX elements written as siblings with no parent wrapper element will not transpile. Here's an example. So this is a valid JSX. It says so. As you can see that the parent, the paragraph element is a child, and they have one single parent div here. Alright, and this is an example of invalid JSX in which it has no parents. So it tells us to define a new constant JSX that renders a div which contains the following elements in order. So an H1, a P, and an unordered list contains 3 li items. You can include any text you want within each element. And it also says note, when rendering multiple elements like this, you can wrap them all in parentheses, but it's not strictly required. Also notice that this challenge uses a div tag to wrap all the child elements within a parent element. If you remove the div, the JSX will no longer transpile. Keep this in mind, since it will also apply when you return JSX elements in React components. Okay, so essentially what I think it is trying to say that if your JSX will only work, the complex H, 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 the complex HTML will only work with JSX if you have a parent element to the siblings. However, if you haven't, it will not work. Alright, so let's go ahead and in the editor and do this exercise now. So it says define a constant JSX that renders a div which contains the following order. Alright, so first of all, it says that we need to define a new constant JSX. Alright, so let's define it. So const JSX, and then it says that constant that renders div which contains the following elements in order. Alright, so we need to render a div, so I would give it a div here, close this tag. Alright, and it says that following which contains the following elements in order. Alright, so H1, P, and an unordered list that contains 3 li items. Cool. So we will do H1 and then close that tag. Oops, my bad. H1, right, and then a P tag, close that one, and then unordered list, which is UL. Alright, and then what we're gonna do is insert 3 li items into this unordered list. Alright, go, and the last one as well. Right, so let's think about what to type here. I'll just give you a really simple text. This is my name is Zane. I am awesome, and this is my first complex. This is my first complex JSX element. Alright, here we go, perfect. So let's just format it a bit so it looks presentable. Right, so as you can see that this is the a children, alright, and this is a parent element. However, if I remove this, I mean it will work at the moment, alright, but if I remove these div tags here, it won't work. I mean, it shouldn't work. Let's see if it does. Yep. See, it doesn't work because it says that the adjacent JSX elements must be wrapped in an enclosing tag. Alright, so that the parent has to be there, otherwise it won't work. In short. Alright. Alright guys, this is it for this this tutorial. I really hope you learned how to create the complex JSX elements in React. If you have any questions in regards to this, leave me a comment below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Until then, have fun practicing and playing around with this feature, and feature and concept, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, see you later.